Hey, this is Avery with Diversified Tech Solutions. I want to put out a note about WordPress sites. Not too long ago, we had a client that his site had fallen off of our intrusion detection system sometime back, and there wasn't really space in the budget to reconnect and to get everything working again, and so we just kind of left it disconnected for a while, um, maybe a year and a half. In that time, apparently something happened because um, we had done a round of updates. I had reconnected that system to intrusion detection when they were able to do that. And I noticed there are a lot of login failures. Oh, that's odd. I thought we had something that would lock out people that were trying to log in repeatedly. And when I say a lot, we had 1,800 to 3,000 login failures over the span of an hour or two. And so I started looking through the logs after banning the IP. There was one IP address that was doing it. So it wasn't a sophisticated attack. It was a very rudimentary brute force attack. And I looked through the logs. And when I looked through the logs, I knew something else has been up on the system because there were thousands, tens of thousands, almost hundreds of thousands of posts related to gambling on the site. And this was not a site that would be a gambling site. This was a business to business. And so I investigated. I found a lot. We started working to lock it down. Apparently, they had disabled some of the security plugins that we had. It had gone out of updates at some point because we had been in a little bit of a budgetary restriction with the site where we couldn't do a lot to keep it up to date. We couldn't react every time there was an update for something. And so we got it up to its current baseline. I fought with the particular backdoor quite a bit. They had a very clever procedure to keep it running, even if the WordPress files had been corrected. And it was pretty nasty. It was a pretty expensive fix. It was probably more expensive than the updates and the intrusion detection monitoring for the period of time would have been, because it affected every site in the multi-user WordPress install. It was thorny, and although most of the pages were only in one, it affected a lot of tables in the database. And so it was a very tricky fix. It was a very challenging removal, and it was a very clever backdoor. Any casual visitor to the site would not have known it was there, but it was embedded in the code for the site. If a special header was passed in a requesting browser, it would trigger the login for the backdoor, and they had full control over the system. It took quite a bit to make sure the system was in good shape after that. So, moral of the story, keep your guard up, keep WordPress and all of your plugins and your themes updated, keep current, run intrusion detection systems that can alert you of unusual behavior. That's how this was discovered. And if you need help with that, reach out to somebody. Our company, Diversified Tech Solutions, we do MSP. We're your local managed service provider. And so we do monitoring, we do intrusion detection systems, and we try and keep systems safe. We try and keep an eye on the walls, watching the defenses. In any case, make sure you like and subscribe. Make a comment below. Have you been bit by something like this before? Comment down below, and we'll try and make sure we see your comments and answer them if there's a question. But in any case, you all take care and have a good one.